We're live again, week 3, the Giojackson Sports Show. Let's start with the intro. Sorry. How's it going, my guys? How's everything? Hopefully, everything's starting off good this week. We got a good show coming up. I know a lot of people, I got your guys' questions. Obviously, another devastating loss for the 49ers. A lot of things happened in the NFL as well. Surprising losses. Um, and, we'll recap the UFC. We'll got some Barcelona, Real Madrid, UFC recap. We'll talk Warriors. Warriors play at 7 in an hour. That's why I did it at 6, because I know people like to watch their Warriors. But yeah, let's get started. Let's get started with the first question, and we'll just get it right out the way because it's always a good way to start the show. Que chinga su madre la América. No, can't argue with that. America fans out there, you know what it is. I mean, it's either you're with them or you hate them. You can't be. So we'll start off with that. But let's start with we'll start with the most recent things. Monday Night Football, devastating loss. But first, I want to start off by saying my hats off to Kirk Cousins. He played well. He played well. I did not expect that from him. I felt like he was going to fold in prime time, but he balled out. He made the plays he needed to make. He put the Vikings in a position to win the game. So I tip it off to him. I tip it off to Addison as well. TJ Hawkinson. They worked us. The Addison worked on Travarius Ward. We'll get to that. And Hawkinson, Fred Warner couldn't stop him. So my hat's off to them. But now let's get to the Niners. So the Niners, a lot of people I'm seeing, they want to say, oh, it's on the defense. They didn't step up. How about that? They didn't step up. Yeah, they gave up, I want to say, like 380 yards to 350 yards. And it was just a frustrating game to watch. Every time we needed to stop, on third down, they'll get it. But saying that, they did give up a lot of yards. That questionable play to end the first half where Steve Wilkes, our defensive coordinator, I don't know what he's thinking. He decides to go all out blitz when we needed to play a little off. Make sure they weren't even field goal range. So all you got to do is just let them catch it in the middle of the field. You stop them. I don't think they had timeouts. You go to the second half, but instead all out blitz. Travarius Ward almost has a pick, and then Addison takes it 60 yards for a touchdown, and that flipped the game. So that was tough. That was tough to watch. Tough to that play, I guess, is the questionable on defense. But say what you want, they only gave up 22 points, and the past in the beginning 5 weeks, the Niners, they were scoring more than 30 points. So the opportunity was there to win the game. Purdy had the opportunity to win the game twice. He threw 2 picks, and this is what we were talking about. It made me reminisce of, the Jimmy days where if the Niners are playing from behind, it makes me think, like the Niners, everything has to be great for them to win. Everything has to be clicking. We have to control the ball, run the ball, the clock. But when things, these past 2 games, when we need to go and win the game, come from behind, it's tough on them. It's tough on the Niners. And, I'm nervous, but it could just be, 2 off games. There's still a lot of season to go. But this upcoming weekend is a big test against the Bengals because from the past, what, 7 games we played, the top receiver we've probably played, you could say CeeDee Lamb, but now we're going to face Jamar Chase and Burrow. So it's going to be a big test, and it's a must-win game if we want to be the first seed, because we'll get into it later. Eagles, man, they look good. They look like the best team in the NFC. They have a good O line. They got a good D line. They got AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift, Swift, and then Devontae Smith. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough game, and if our defense, can't stop the run, it's gonna be a long day up in Philly. But we'll see how they bounce back, and we'll get to the questions that you guys have. So this one was as last week. I touched on it a little bit, but is Brock Purdy him? So I feel like to be him, you have to take opportunity of those moments that are given to you, which he had at the end of the game. Vikings missed the field goal. We have about a minute, 10 seconds to go down the field, get the winning touchdown, and go home with the dub, 6-1. And he tried to play hero. He made a bad decision. He threw it over the middle, picked. And he threw it. When you rewatch the play, you see, I don't know what he was seeing. He kind of made one of those like Madden plays where you just throw it up. Hopefully a bounce goes your way, but you can't do that. I mean, he had the space. I don't know. Looking back, he could have maybe rushed, maybe tried to run outside, gain those yards, and, or he could have just thrown it away, keep the play going. But you could say, I mean, this is his first full season. This is his second season. And what I want to see going forward is he learns from these mistakes that he's made in these past 2 games. Sorry. He learns from these mistakes and improves from it. But to say right now Brock Purdy's him, it's tough. It's tough to say right now because he had the opportunity for you to say that he's him, and he didn't capitalize it. And it's tough because those quarterbacks, the Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons, they make those plays. They make those plays that win the game. And I want to see Purdy do that. I want to see, hey, when everything's going great, we're up by 20, and you just got to, think and dunk. But see, it's easy, but I want to see him win those games because as we go on through the season, playoffs, hopefully Super Bowl, I'm sure we're going to have to, come back from behind or, try to get some scores. So it's got, these past 2 games, it's been tough, and, I don't want to, I'm not going to say, oh, I know as fans, as a loss, you start saying, man, yeah, it's over for him. We want another quarterback, but if, we got to be patient. He has won 10 games. This is his second loss. But the elite talk, the MVP talk, how we were talking a couple of weeks, before, we might need to pause that. He might need to, let's get to the playoffs. Let's try to get the first seed. And I want to see more. He's still young. So we'll pause on the elite, the MVP talk. Now, I touched on this, so how do I think the Niners can bounce back from their L? One thing is our defense, they just need to, they'll be home. I feel like when they play home, they thrive on the fans' energy. So, sorry. Let me start on. So they thrive on the fans' energy. So they need, obviously, The one thing I feel like they need to improve, and that's been missing in these past 7 weeks, is man, where's Bosa? Where's Bosa? Where's this D line? Where's Armstead? I feel like I only see Hargrave. I'm liking Gregory, but our D line needs to get those sacks. They need to put that pressure on the quarterback because Kirk Cousins yesterday, he looked so calm in the pocket. He felt no pressure. Even the quarterback hits, just stuff like that. So the quarterback gets rattled. I didn't see anything up. I didn't see anything of that. So I feel like that's the key. Our D line needs to get to the quarterback, needs to get to Burrow, because if he has all day, it's gonna be a long day as well. So that's one. And I want to see how the DBs bounce back. Now we're gonna cover what they got. T Higgins, they got obviously Jamar Chase, they got Tyler Boyd. So they got good big receivers as well. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a interesting matchup to see. But if the D line can get to the quarterback, Burrow won't have a lot of time back there, to throw it to his receivers. Now on offense, what I want to see is let's give the ball to Jordan Mason. Obviously, McCaffrey is our MVP. McCaffrey's having an amazing season, but you can tell, or I can tell, I feel like we're overusing him, and obviously he's dealing with an oblique injury. Let's use Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason is a good complement to him. He's a bigger back, stronger back, and he's going to gain those 30 yards. And I feel like if we just mix and match, obviously I'm not saying, play Jordan Mason more than McCaffrey, but he's a good change of pace for our offense. And that'll make Purdy's job easier. I want to see more Kittle. We have Kittle, we have Ayuk, we have CMC still. The Vikings beat us and they didn't have Jay Jettas. Addison went down, Hawkinson went down, and they were still able to get the win. So I'm not going to give that excuse that we don't have Debo. Obviously, Trent Williams was a big loss because he does help us. But Jalen Moore, I feel like he did a okay job. He's a backup. I feel like he didn't make any mistakes. Maybe in the run game, because I know Trent Williams opens that up. But there's no excuse for the Niners. Our team is a all-star team. There's other quarterbacks that do more with less. So the offense, it's not on Purdy. I think more on Kyle. Kyle, you're the genius. Figure this out. Get the ball to Kittle. Get the ball to Ayuk. Make it work. We've done it before. And the key, this one might be back and forth. So we gotta be able to put up points, and we gotta be able to put up 30. Unless the defense comes to play, and because the Bengals, they are coming off a bye, they are rested, they are starting to play better. I know they started off bad, but we need this dub. Go to the bye, recharge, and then we'll be going to Jacksonville, and then starting our Seattle run. So I think that's how they can bounce back. They got punched in the mouth twice, so it's time to come back. So devastating. Now, I got a couple ones from Nene, but I got another one from my boy Alberto. What do you see as their current struggles? Right now, our run game, they're only getting like 3 point something yards per carry. At the beginning, when we're on a run of 5 games, it was 5 yards per carry. So I think that's one of their current struggles right now. They're not running the ball efficiently. Could be, like I said, Trent Williams didn't play. Trent Williams was injured last game. So maybe that's one, but, Aaron Banks, Burford, McKivitz, our center, they need to, Kittle. Kittle's blocking well. So that, and I think that by mixing in Jordan Mason, Elijah Mitchell, I think, we need to run the ball more. As for receiver. I mean, Ayuk's getting open. He catches everything you throw at him. Pause. Like I said, but another thing is let's get Kittle involved. Let's get Kittle involved. I have him in fantasy, so this past game, it was a good game. He had a couple catches, couple yards, but let's use him more. Let's obviously he's a good blocker, but let's use him more, as a pass catcher. And I want to see, let's use Bell. I feel like we didn't use Bell this past game. He's a good rookie. He had a good preseason. That's another guy I want to use. Ray too. He can fit that. Obviously, he's not like Debo, but he fits that gadgety role. So I feel like that's what the offense should improve. Those are the current struggles for the offense. For the defense, stopping the run and getting sacks. Man, Madison looked good, and he's not having a good season. Cam Akers came in. He was, gashing us, but I think is getting to the quarterback. We need Bosa to step up. Could it be a Kardashian curse? I know he just started modeling underwear, whatever it's called, but that's a Kardashian curse because who else was in that? Neymar, and now he's injured and out for a while. So no one put that bad juju, but Bosa, come on, we paid you. You got to get to the quarterback, put pressure. Armstead as well. I haven't heard his name all season. I know he does a lot of dirty work, like stopping the run, but come on, you gotta get some sacks. You gotta put some or take out two people so Bosa's free 1-on-1. Javon Hargrave, I think he's playing good. I feel he had a tackle for loss. He's had a couple sacks this season, and I'm liking Gregory. He reminds me of Alden Smith. He's big. He's fast. Obviously they move him in and out. They only use him when they're in passing situations, but in running, I think it's Clear and Farrell. He's the one taking care of when the teams are running the ball. So that's what I've seen the struggles. Like the defense isn't playing that bad. The Browns game, they kept us in the game. Obviously, yesterday's game, they gave up a lot of yards, but like I said, they got a lot of stops. They only let 22 points, and the game, it was weird. I mean, it started off good. We got the pick, but then McCaffrey fumbled in the red zone. So you could say we could have got maybe 7 points there. And then obviously Moody, he missed a field goal. So like I said, the offense, they're letting some points go. So that's what's been the struggles. Maybe, they started off hot. Right now they're cooling down, but these next these two games should be that motivation to come back. Because like I said, if we want to go to the Super Bowl, we have to get the 1 seed. And right now, it's tough going against the Eagles over there in Philly. I don't know, it's tough right now, but long season ahead. I feel like I touched on this, but what can we expect versus the elite duo of Burrow and Chase? If we don't get to Burrow, he's gonna look worse than what Kirk Cousins did, because like I said, they have Jamar Chase. Honestly, I feel like he's gonna get us on 1. So that's a touchdown right there. Like I said, they got Boyd, they got T. Higgins. Mixon isn't bad as a running back. So if we're not getting to Burrow, it's gonna be a long day for us. If we get to Burrow, I feel like he has been dealing with an injury all season. So if we get to him, if he gets a little flustered, then it could be a long day for them. Then I feel like our defense will lead, which will rub off on our offense. We can get back to business, pack up, enjoy the bye, get ready for, like I said, the next 4 games will be key. Jaguars, Seattle, Eagles, Seattle. No, I think it's Jaguars, Bucks, because I think they play the Bucks here. So it's Jaguars, Bucks, Seattle, Eagles, Seattle. So these next 5 games they're going to be, clave games. And how did Javarius Ward get bullied by a damn rookie? His first pick got canceled. So on that play, I mentioned it before. I think what Javarius Ward should have done is kind of smack the ball, because it would have been incomplete. Would have been 7 seconds left. They probably kneel, and we go. We don't get scored a touchdown, but he tried to make a play. The first one went to him. The second one, Addison. He got it. You can't hate. He got it. He took it. It is what it is, and like I said, we're on like Bill Belichick said, we're on to Cincinnati. So, and one thing I want to say, I ain't here, but how have you watched this? I predicted last show that we would win 34, I think, to like 14-17. I wasn't familiar with your game. I'll take the L. I'll eat dirt. You were right. You guys won. It is what it is. Huh? I still crack up with how you got me the first show. All right. My power ranking. So the rest of the NFL. So Sunday, I got to watch the games. Niners didn't play. My number one team this week, Eagles. That Sunday night game, man, they just, like I said, that O-line is their weapon. That OP play that they have, the tush push, man. Fred Warner, he did give a blueprint on how to stop that. So I'm interested to see that. But their O-line is, a weapon. Swift, he's playing good. Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown is a monster. He's looking like Julio Jones out there. They have Julio Jones now, too. So the Eagles, and like they beat Miami, and Miami, they've been one of those top teams as well. They attract me every week. Before the pick, I think Tua was playing good. Tua, I was watching him play, and he throws that ball with anticipation before the receiver like even gets there, and he's playing good. I like Tua this season, but the Eagles manhandled him. They took care of business on Sunday night. Their uniforms, they look cool. The Eagles, those old school uniforms, they look cool. I like those. But that's my number one team, the Eagles. My second gotta go Chiefs. The Taylor Swift effect. They're 6-1 as well. Kelsey had a game. They beat the Chargers, the Chargers, man, they just choke. I don't know. I feel like they should be a better team. I like Herbert. I've mentioned it before. I feel like he's a elite quarterback, but when it gets time to prove it, he tends to choke. So that's my second. So Eagles 1, Chiefs 2. My third team is going to be coming off the loss. Oh, the Ravens. Lamar Jackson had one of those. I think he had like 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing. They kept, I had it on red zone. They just kept, I'm like, man, like they just kept showing them they're in the red zone every time. And Lamar, a lot of people say Lamar is just a running quarterback. He can pass the ball. And he's one of the touchdowns. Old Lamar runs it, but he took his time. And then he got I think he threw it to, I don't know, the receiver. Maybe, well, basically he held it. He got space. He threw it down the field. He got a touchdown. They smacked the Lions, and I thought the Lions, they frauded this week like the Niners. So I got the Ravens 3. Number 4, I got to put number 4, us, the Niners. We had 2 bad games, but when we're on, and we're one of the top teams. So I got to put us 4. And then 5, I got between the Lions and Bills. I won because the Bills, because the Lions and the Bills, they had a bad game. I'll put Seattle for Tony. Even though they played the Cardinals, they took care of business. They're 4-2. If we lose and they win, they take the number 1 spot in the NFC West. So I'll put Seattle as 5. Those are my top 5 teams. So I'll go again. Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, Niners. This week, Seattle. They get the 5th spot. But I got Lions and Bills 6 and 7 there. Like I said, the Bills, I mean, they lost against the Patriots. The Patriots, I felt like, they were tanking for Caleb Williams, and I didn't see that one coming, them beating the Bills. And then the Lions just because they got smacked by the Ravens. So that's my top 5 teams. Let's see, I got that. Let's talk. We'll go to Chelsea selling against Arsenal. So Saturday, I wake up ready for the fights. The fights were early to start it off. You got the Chelsea game against Arsenal. I'm hyped. We up to 0 against Arsenal, which they are a top team. I'm excited. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to talk shit to George. And then we choke it. We sell. Our freaking goalie gives them a free goal. And then at the end, it was going to come, the 2-2. Now, I was saying, if you would have told me before this week, Gio, I guarantee you Chelsea ties 2-2 or Chelsea ties with Arsenal, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm happy with that. But how the game played out, it was like a L for me. And that started off the day for me. Put a L. But I will say this. Like I said, Cole Palmer, he's playing good. I like his style of play. He's that creative cam that we needed for a while. He's been setting up goals, PKs. I like him. He's good. So it's going good for us. Like I said, we won the past 3 games. We tied this one this weekend. We play Brentford. Should be easy. I'm not going to say easy shit. Should be realistically a dub. And then we'll go from there because I know we got an onslaught of tough games coming up. But like I said, it's like taking the L. I would have preferred the dub. It was a tough one. But I think Chelsea, they're starting to play better. Maybe this season we won't compete. Obviously, I believe we can get Europe, maybe Europa League. But they're starting to play better. And that's all I can ask for. And I didn't have a topic here, but let's talk about the Spurs. I know because I got a couple. Well, I only got Nene as a Spurs fan. I think they're top of the table. They're playing well. Who would have thought, right? They lost Kane, but now they're playing Sonaldo on top. He's carrying the team. Props to Spurs. You guys are doing good. But can you keep it up? Can the Spurs keep it up? Because they usually tend to choke things. So, Nene, that one's for you, the Spurs. Now, this weekend, big game coming up. Barcelona, Real Madrid. Now, for my Madrid fans, what do you guys think? It's Real Madrid's coming off from a tie against Sevilla. Tough scenes to see for Vinny. I like Vinny, but they need to stop with that stuff towards him, man. And I didn't know. Well, I've heard Spanish people, they tend to be racist, but, it's tough seeing that. But about the game, Madrid, Barca, obviously Madrid, they won today in Champions League. They are coming from a tie. Barca, they won on the weekend. I think the guy that scored it was his debut. First ball he touches, he scores. I'm not sure. I think Lewandowski's still injured, but I like Felix. I like him in Chelsea. I think he's a good player. When he's motivated right now, which he is, he creates, he can score. I saw, they did miss a lot, but they need to capitalize against Madrid because Madrid, they got Bellingham, El Jude. He keeps scoring, he keeps assisting. They got Vinny, obviously. Their midfield's good, so it should be a good game. But I'm not gonna pick Madrid. We'll see. I think it'll be a tie. I'll say that it'll be a tie this weekend. Were you guys watching that game? But it'll be interesting. I'll definitely check it out. I think it's let's see, what time is that game at? Oops. It's the 28th, so Saturday. It's 7:15 in the morning. I'll be up, and whoever wins, go top of the table. Madrid's currently first, Barca's third, 25 and 24 points. So if Barca wins, they go first. I see that Girona, they're second place. That's weird. Are they playing good? I need to watch that. But will be interesting this weekend. Now, I got this one. We'll go back to the Niners. What move should the Niners make before the trade deadline? So obviously, I would love Patrick Surtain. He'll solidify our defense. It's a lockdown, shutdown corner. But I feel like we would have to give up a lot to get him. 2 first-round picks, maybe a player. So I don't know if that's doable. But there's a corner from the Bears who had a pick 6 against the Raiders. That might be doable. He's good. He's young. So that would be one. The other one would probably be, how about this one? Yesterday, I think I mentioned it to Nene. What if we trade for, and this is just, so right now the Titans, they're on fire sale. They're trying to get rid of their players, trying to get some draft picks. So why don't we throw in Elijah Mitchell and a 6 for Derrick Henry? I know we have McCaffrey, we got Jordan Mason, but we don't use Jordan Mason. We can have McCaffrey as our lightning, Derrick Henry as our thunder. That solidifies our run game. McCaffrey, he'll be the one that catches out off the back. Henry will get us those tough yards, the goal line yards. Why not? For a 6th round, and Elijah Mitchell, who right now he isn't playing good, he's injury prone. I'll take it. I'll take Derrick Henry. And like I said, we got to take advantage since Purdy's on his rookie deal. Just give him more weapons. So, takes the pressure and load off him. Pause. So that's one. Another one, obviously, I would like is, Washington. They want to get rid of players as well. They have Montez Sweat. They have the other, I think is Chase. Yeah. Chase, not the receiver, but just add more power to our D-line as well to get to the quarterback. They have so that's another one. Obviously, I would want Brian Burns, but like I said, we would have to give up a lot to get him. But I feel like those are the moves we would need to make. The D-line. Another one would be maybe getting another linebacker because Greenlaw, he's injured, and Oren Burks, he's playing okay, but we need a linebacker that can stop the run. So those are the moves, maybe. And the final move, I think, is let's call Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould, man, I miss him because even though Moody, he had a 55-yard field goal, but he did miss one closer. And just, man, Gould is just he was reliable. So yeah, let's give him a call. Let's see what he's doing. So those would be corner, another rusher for our D line. So maybe Chase, maybe Montez Sweat. Brian Burns would be the ideal one. And Derrick Henry, like I said. Titans are kind of a fire sale. Derrick Henry and McCaffrey in the backfield. That's it. Now let's talk a little UFC. It was a good card. A lot of finishes. It was pretty quick. It lasted like under 2 hours. Obviously, if you made a parlay of beard, no mustache, they all won. They all took care of business. Obviously, the Ankalaev Walker, it was a little controversial. It ended with the doctor stopping it, but I think it was just a language barrier there. So I think Walker was good. But something that I saw was like, how come that wasn't a DQ win for Walker? When Jan did that to Sterling, Sterling won. So that was a little odd. But other than that, the co-main event, man, I thought Chimaev would, and it started off like that. He dominated Usman in the first round, and I was like, "Damn, it's gonna be over. He's gonna either choke him out." But Usman, I was more impressed with Usman. He held his own, obviously a higher weight class. He was able to stop his takedowns. He was able to throw a little bit. Obviously, Chimaev, I think he won. No questions. But I want to see it. Maybe, I don't know if they'll do it, but maybe Usman with a training camp actually preparing for Chimaev. I feel like if it was a 5-rounder, Usman would have probably won. So props to Usman. Now Chimaev, I think Dana said because he won, he has the title shot against Strickland. So I feel like that one, I don't know if Strickland can handle Chimaev. So I think Chimaev will win that one, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. Now the main event, oof, I picked Volk on that one, and I did bet with Tony, and obviously it was his day Saturday. Obviously he started already. Yeah, I haven't heard from him about the Niners, but I'm sure I'll hear it. But with Chelsea, he started, and then obviously he had a good day that day. He took. I mean, it's no fun taking Islam because he's gonna win. So that's why I was like, I took Bulk because I wanted him to be great, but Islam is a monster. He saw something, he kicked him. GG's over. That was a good kick. He timed it well. Volk blocked it. If you see, he blocked it, but he caught him cool. And now, obviously Oliveira's my guy, and I want to see that. But if I take my bias of a fan away, I think he beats Oliveira as well. So I'm interested in what he does. I heard that he wants to go up and get the welterweight title. So whoever wins from Kobe and Leon Edwards. So I'm interested to see what he does. I feel like he'll win that one too. And man, he's just a monster. I don't see who can beat him or how you beat him. He has good striking. Obviously, his wrestling is amazing. So I think he pound for pound, he's probably the best right now. We'll see what John Jones does next month. But Islam, man, he's a scary guy. Maybe I gotta go in there and take him. Be the one, to end his reign. I'm kidding, by the way. No way. He'll destroy me and he'll choke me out in like 2 seconds. But that's oh yeah, let's end it with this, since like I mentioned before, in about 30 minutes, Warriors talk and expectations. So I don't really watch basketball like that, but lately I've been getting a little into it, especially when there's nothing going on. So like from March to like summer when there's no football, baseball is like, I enjoy watching base. I'm a Giants fan, but I like it watching live, going to the game. During the summer, obviously soccer's over, and if there's no tournament. So last season, I was watching the Warriors run. One of my coworkers was a big Warriors guy, so we would chop it up about it. Obviously, last season, it didn't end well for them. They let go of Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's now in Washington Wizards. And now the Warriors, they have Chris Paul. So what I'm interested in today's game, I want to see how Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, I think Green, Draymond Green isn't playing today, but I want to see how that looks. I want to see if they can make it work. Obviously, Chris Paul, he's a good passer, so he's probably gonna help out Curry, and it'll probably be more. How would I say this? It'll probably be more organized and more. There won't be a lot of turnovers like Jordan Poole. He used to do a lot of turnovers last year, so that will be cleaned up. They are going against who are they going against? The Nuggets, right? I got it pulled up. So Booker and KD. So we'll see how, it's a good game to start off, tough game. And that's what I'm interested in seeing, how it all meshes together. Uh, their rookie first round pick, I like how he plays. He reminds me of last year DiVincenzo. Obviously, not because they're both white, but they have the same style of play. And the rookie center as well. He's big. So the expectation for the season was they're saying they want to make Chris Paul champ. So I'm sure they're going all in because Curry probably has maybe 2-3 more years. And, now they betted on their veterans. They betted on their champions, on the players that have won the championships. So we'll see how they go. Probably playoffs again. But we'll see how I was about to say the NFL, the NBA, how it goes. Obviously, I think the strong teams are. Right now, I think the Lakers, they're playing. And if I'm messing basketball up, like I said, I'm not. Full disclosure, I don't know it as well. I'll get into it this season, but I think the Lakers playing, I had it pulled up here. And whoever's no, I want NBA. Let me go home. NBA. Sorry. Warriors are playing the Suns. I said Denver. I got confused. So the Lakers right now, they're playing the Denver Nuggets, right? And the Warriors are playing the Phoenix Suns. There. But the Nuggets, yes, they're one of the strong teams. They're the champs, right? So Jokic, I feel like that team's gonna be good. In the East, they have I know this, the Milwaukee Bucks, El Acurapunco, what is it? Aterakumpo. Him, and now he has Damian Lillard over there. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna watch my basketball, get better, have better takes on it. But like I said, the Warriors, they're fun to watch. They're fun. In my lifetime, the Giants, they got 3. Warriors, they have 4. But I will give all those away for the Niners to win 1. And with that, that's it for the show. A lot of people weren't here today, but that's fine. This will be up. Leave comments for whatever you guys got. You can leave comments for next week's show, questions you guys have. On IG, I always post the questions as well. You can, ask me. And if you are one of the aspects of the show that we haven't gotten, obviously we were 3 in, but if anyone is interested in hopping on, giving their takes live, you don't have to show face. You can just, call in. Let me know. I'll be happy to have you on the show, bounce back and forth with you. It's open to anyone that has time. Usually I always go Tuesdays. I'll either go 6 or I'll go 7, but in the evening. So I'll throw that out throughout the week. As for the channel, obviously, if you haven't watched the vlog is up. It is on the page. I did it. It's been up since yesterday. Watch it. It was a fun time, obviously. And then this week, I'm editing the Alexi's vlog. So, like I said, that's a long vlog. I'm probably going to chop it up in 2 episodes because it's 3 hours in total. I'm going to finish editing that this week. Hopefully, I'll have that one up this week. Other than that, thank you guys again. Like, subscribe. Oh, we're 7 subscribers away from 50. So if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button, leave a comment, share it with anybody, baby mamas, side chicks, Sanchos, sugar daddy, sugar mama, mom, dad, whoever. Share it, subscribe, leave comments. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And we'll end it with the outro. Bye-bye. Oh, and also, Tony, you're still a rat.